You have to move. God is saying move. Start packing. Get ready. Increase is coming. Strategy is coming. Some of you, you know you need to move, but you don't know how. You know you got to get up out of here. You know you got to get away from some people. You know that things don't belong in your life no more. You just don't know how to move them. It's like having a house full of items and no mover to move the items. But God is saying, start packing and watch the supernatural happen in your life. Buy you a little box. And if you got to put one item in that thing a week, this is the faith I need you to have. Because God is increasing you, and where you are, you can't stay there. If God wants to stretch you, where you are, the place where you are, you outgrew it. Baby, you cannot stretch those walls. You cannot change the dimension of the space you're in right now. You cannot knock that house down and rebuild it. That room was the size of that room before you got there. That house was the size of that house before you got there. Listen to me, hear me out. That relationship was the size of that relationship. Some of you have reached your limit with some people in your life, and God is saying, start moving. That relationship was the size of that relationship. God knew that person would only be in your life for 2 years, for 2 months, for 3 months. But yet, this has been the 10th year, and you still involving yourself with people. This has been the 10th year, and you still living in that house. You trying to stretch something that cannot be stretched no more. You're trying to stretch something that you're already outstretched. God told me to tell you that dimension, that level was the level it was supposed to be in order to get you to who you are now. But it's time to move. You're bigger than where you are. You're bigger than the place where you're sitting. And it's you're letting the limits of the walls stop you. Let me further explain. It's like putting a fish in water, a shark. You take a little tiny shark and you drop it in a gallon of water, right? It's a baby shark. It has enough room. Room isn't the issue. Not the first week of its life. But you tell that same shark 3 years later down the line, that room is not the issue. And a lot of you're sitting in rooms that you've outgrew. They're outdated. You're in apartments, you're in places in your life, you're in spaces in your life where you need to start packing now. If you're watching this, you know exactly where to start. Because God has already confirmed it. God is He's pushing it. He's putting a stamp, an urgent stamp on it. I'm not telling you anything new about your life. You know you've had talks with God that you do not belong in the place where you're in. The relationship that you're in, it does not favor you anymore. It does not increase you. It does not make you want to grow, but it strengthens you. You know that you need to move on. You know that you need to let go. You know that there's a better future for you, but you stay in the space and you stay limited. You stay stuck. You gotta move on. You cannot stay where you are. If you stay there, hear me out. Put it in the comments below. Say it out loud. If I stay stuck. Baby, you've increased. You've outgrew that person. You've outgrew that job. You've outgrew that place in your life that keeps you limited. You're not the same person you are when you walked in there, when you walked in that house in 2015 and 2019, when you walked inside of that, when you first met them. You are not the same person. You've become such a better version. You've evolved. And I'm sorry to say this, while you were evolving, some people were demoting themselves. While you were evolving, some people were getting jealous of you. While you were evolving, some people were involving themselves in the wrong things. And I'm here to tell you that you've outgrew people. You've evolved. And some people didn't adapt to the pressure. You are as strong as your weakest link. And sometimes that looks like being alone. Because nobody else can meet your strength. Nobody else can match your loyalty. Nobody else can match the respect you have for God. Nobody else can match the love you have, the relationship you have with God. Sometimes that looks like being alone till the Bible tells us to be equally yoked. So if you're watching this This isn't new. You know, God has been telling you to leave. God has been telling you to change things up. God has been telling you he's ready to give you new. You've been having conversations with God. I am not telling you anything about your life that you don't already know, that you did not already confirm with God, that you did not already feel, that God did not already tell you. You already know that God is going to give you better. You already know because you have a relationship with God. You felt it coming. Your intuition, your spirit tells you you don't fit in here anymore. And some of you, you're in places where you never fit in, but you force yourself to fit in because that's where you were comfortable, because you needed to fit in order to survive. Some of you, you've been in survival mode and you've been fitting in boxes that other people stuffed you in order for you to stay where you need to stay, in order to be safe, in order for the shelter. Some people, they treat you how they want to. This is what I mean by that. But they treat you how they want to, but because you live with them. And God has already put it in your heart. He put it in a dream. He put it in a vision. Somebody's already told you. You felt it deep down that you don't fit in here, that you don't belong here. You need to move. And God is now, he's putting it urgent on us. So I ain't saying leave today. But what I'm saying is start packing.